Welcome back to my class. Today we are going to learn about quadratic equation. And any quadratic equation is an equation in which the variable has the highest degree of 2. Any equation in that sense that the variables are having the highest degree of 2 is called a quadratic equation. What are we going to look at today under this quadratic equation? We are going to look at the root of the equations. Root of the quadratic equation. We are going to look at the nature of the root of quadratic equation. We are going to also look into the sum and product of quadratic equation. And if time permits, we are going to look at the graphical method of representing quadratic equation. And also we're going to look into the method to solve quadratic equation. As you can see on the board, the general formula to represent any quadratic equation is this: ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And also where a, b, and c are constant. And in any general formula of this quadratic equation, a must never be 0. And also a is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, and we know that c is always a constant. Like I said, we are going to look into the sum of the roots and the product of the roots. This is the sum of the root, product of the root, and we are also going to look at the nature of the root of the quadratic equation. This is the root of the quadratic equation. What do you mean by the root of quadratic equation? The root of the quadratic equation are the solutions to that quadratic equation. And when we say solutions, it means that we are going to have two values of that variable. From this general equation, the variable here is x. So we should expect, because of this, the degree of x here is 2. We should be expecting that we have two values of that x. So these are called the roots of that equation. If this general equation is solved, this will be the root to that equation. X equals minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. What does that mean? I'm going to explain that. The reason we say the roots of the equation are the solutions to that equation, and also they are the zeros of that equation. We're going to explain that as time goes on. So it means that this plus or minus is giving us the opportunity to know that we must have two values of x. That is why we have x equals minus b plus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a, or x equals minus b minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Now, we are going to look into all these one after the other. From this general equation, we have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Don't you know that if we say that ab equals 0, if we say that a multiplied by b equals 0, what this is telling us is that either a equals 0 or b equals 0. This is the rule to this. Either a equals 0 or b equals 0. This is how we're going to get the root of the equation. Now, what if we are considering a and b as the roots of the quadratic equation? That means that we can then say, because we should have two values for the variable x, that means we can also say that x equals a or x equals b. We should understand that we can say x equals a or x equals b. These are the two roots for this equation, or the roots that are representing a and b for that equation. That is a literally way to represent the root of the equation. Now, we also know that a multiplied by b equals 0 is telling us that either a equals 0 or b equals 0. That means that if I take this back, I should have x minus a equals 0. I am trying to do the same thing with this. Or x minus b equals 0. That is what this is telling us. In that case, I'm here now. I'm going back here. That means that x minus a multiplied by x minus b must equal to 0. As you can see, this is our a and this is our b equals 0. That means that either x minus a equals 0 or x minus b equals 0. That means that x equals a or x equals b. What are we going to deduce from this? What we're going to deduce from this is that, let us open this and see what this will give us. So if you open it, we're going to have x squared, x multiplied times x, multiplied by x, we give x squared, x multiplied by minus b, we give minus bx, then minus a multiplied by x, we give minus ax, then minus a multiplied by minus b, we give plus ab. Everything equal to 0. Now, if we factor them out, we are going to have x squared minus into bracket bx plus ax plus ab equals 0. If you are with me in this page, that means that this can be written as s squared minus a plus b x plus, I'm going to write this really quick. So we're going to have x squared minus a plus b into x plus ab equals 0. This is what we're going to have. And what does this test? What does it tell us? It tells us that a plus b is the sum and ab is the product. So, which again tells us that if we are able to have s squared minus sum of that root, sum of the root into x plus the product of the root, everything must equal to 0. So what this is telling us is that x squared minus sum of the roots into x plus product of the roots must equal to 0. Look at that. S squared minus sum of the roots plus product of the roots must equal to 0. I'm going to leave that because we are considering the root of the equation in terms of a and b. Sometimes you might be given the root of the equation in terms of alpha and beta. So in that way, if we're given if alpha and beta are the root of the equation, if they are the root of that equation, that means that sum of the roots is going to give us alpha plus beta, and the product of the roots is going to give us alpha beta. This is when we are considering a and b as the root of the equation. We're going to have this general equation here: s squared minus a plus b into x plus ab equals 0. And from that, we're able to deduce that the sum of the roots is this and the product of the root is that. So if we're now considering alpha and beta as the root, so sum of the roots now will now be here, s squared minus sum of that root will be this, alpha plus beta, x plus the product of the root, alpha beta must equal to 0. You can see we are able to generate this and we are able to generate this. Look at what we are able to generate. We are able to generate this, we are able to generate this. Now, we are going to look into this formula, the general equation. We're going to look into that and see what that can also give us. I'm going to take this off. So if you look at this, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. If I divide through by ax squared, that means, if I divide through by a, that means I'm going to have ax squared divided by a plus bx divided by a plus c divided by a equals 0. So a cancels a, we have s squared plus b over a x plus c over a equals 0. And if you look at this, this is s squared minus the sum of the roots plus the product of the roots must equal to 0. That automatically tells us that this also is the sum of the root. Sum of the root. And this is the product of the root. Can you see that? Can you see something very, very, very familiar? This is one of them, this is another one, and this is telling us another one. Now, we are going to generate another formula under this. What are we going to generate? Look at this. We say s squared from this general equation. We say s squared minus sum of the roots into bracket x plus product of the roots must equal to 0. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out and I'm going to compare with this, and I'll compare with this, and let's see what we're going to have. So we know that sum of the root, we know that s squared minus sum of the roots plus the product of the roots. If I go this way, s squared minus sum of the roots plus product of the roots equals 0. If I compare with this, s squared plus b over a x plus c over a must equal to 0. If I now compare with this one also, s squared minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta must equal to 0. So this is the third one. So what do? It shows that the sum of the roots alpha plus beta must equal to minus b over a, because we know that if you want to get b over a here, sum of the roots will be this cancels this, we have minus b, sum of the roots plus b over a x. So x cancels x, so we are left with minus b over a, which is going to give us sum of the roots. That's fine. So let's look into the product of the root. This is the product of the roots alpha beta, and this is also the product of the root, which is going to be c over a to equal alpha beta. So we have c over a. So this is giving us the product of the root. So it shows that we can go from the quadratic equation to get the root of that equation to that quadratic equation. We can also use a and b in terms of the root of the quadratic equation. We can also use alpha and beta to represent the roots of quadratic equation. We're going to see a lot of questions under this, but we have to move on. We have to move on to, we are able to talk about the roots of the quadratic equation, sum and product of the quadratic equation. We can go to the nature of the root of the quadratic equation.